the Porsche 911 has been one of the most successful sports cars of all time, going from the air-cooled cars to the 996s and 997s, which were the first of the water-cooled, um, comfortable sports cruisers, ballistic track weapons like the GT2s and the GT3s, and the more ballistic road-going versions, the Turbo and the Turbo S. The car behind me is a Porsche 991 Targa 4 GTS, and I believe this is the car for all seasons. I'd like to show you around. So it's a 2019. It's done less than 33,000 miles. It has a full Porsche main dealer service history. And I've known this car before because I supplied it to the previous owner, or the current owner. It's a car that I really, really like. The colour is, they called it Porsche dark blue, but it's so much more than that. It's not just a dark and non-metallic colour. It's a fantastic colour. It's raining outside, so I'm doing this inside. But that's going to help me to show you just how metallic this paint finish is. It's fantastic. It's a lovely, lovely colour. And if I just go around, here we go, and just show you the depth and the metallic. It's just lovely. It's a fantastic colour. While I'm looking at the paintwork, I'm just going to scan down through the body panels, and you can see the clearness of the reflection. If I just tap my camera, because of the reflection, it struggles to focus. You can see the clarity of the reflection, giving you a very good indication as to the quality of the paint and the paint finish. The panel gaps are just perfect all the way around. It's just a lovely, lovely thing. The red GTS badge just behind the front wheels. And then it has the wheels that are taken from the Porsche Turbo S. So these are center locks. So you've got one center lock here, which takes rather than 4 or 5 bolts. You can see the wheels are very much like new, and even on the inside of the wheels, absolutely superb condition. Looking across the top of the bonnet, very few chips on the nose. You've got those big air scoops, and of course the air scoops aren't just there to be pretty. They actually feed cool air into the radiators at the front of the car. So they are very functional. And I'm just going to scroll down through this paintwork again, which is exactly as if you were going to have a sports car coming into the spring and summer. This is how you'd like it to look. The 991 for the modern Porsches is a real sweet spot for me. It still feels solid. It still feels rugged. The 992 is a lovely car, but it feels lighter in its construction. This still feels very much 911. There is a rollover hoop, which was silver, but this has been wrapped in satin black, and the bonus of having that wrapped in satin black, as well as it looking really cool, is that the wrap now will be protecting the paintwork underneath until someone, if anyone does, decide to take it off. I'm just going to home in on these wheels again. You've got those lovely red brake calipers tucked in behind, but those wheels all the way around, just superb. Just superb. I'll show you around the front wheel as well. Nice shiny red brake calipers. Great big discs on the front, and of course big discs means they have a reason to be large, and that is because this is a very powerful car. It's a quick car, and it needs good brakes in order to stop it. I just keep coming back to this paintwork. We do take our preparation very seriously, and with a little bit of polishing, what have you, that looked amazing. So this car also has a party piece. The 996s and 997s with the Targas basically had a glass roof, but the air-cooled cars had this purpose-built roll protection here, and then the clamshell at the back. and then the rollover protection in the screen. And this has gone back to that kind of styling, so it is a true Targa. Now I've got the key in front of me, and I can do this remotely. So if I press and hold the roof button, the most fantastic roof operating system I've ever seen on any car. That is just wild. Matter of seconds. So in a matter of seconds, now we have a completely removed center panel, which is why it's called a Targa. So, and the benefit of this is, of course, you've got the wind hitting the screen going over the top of the car. You've got the clamshell here, which helps to direct the wind back over the car. And then with the windows up, even at motorway speeds, this interior space where you and your hair is stays nice and calm. So you can drive this car with the hood down or with the roof off at motorway speeds, and you're not going to end up with a big hair problem. And that is really, really cool. And it looks so cool too. I love this car. As I say, I've known it before. I did supply it previously. It's so pretty. I just love the colour. So moving to the inside. Got a nice Targa insignia on the rollover bar. Moving to the inside, we have this black leather, which goes right up to the door caps, as you can see here. And then you've got the lovely 2 rows of stitching all the way down, all the way through the handle. There's no appreciable wear on the handle at all. The condition is just lovely. You can see there, it's got a Bose hi-fi speaker system, Targa 4S tread plates, and of course these buttons, I'll do that on the front, I won't do it on the back because it's just a cover. They open the front and the back. Aluminium and rubber pedals. This very nice brushed carbon effect, which looks lovely. And you can see this is where the key goes in. And these are the sports seats, partially electric. So there's a lever here that moves them backwards and forwards. And then this lever here will raise and lower the base, and that will adjust the back of the seat. There's lots of lateral support, so they keep you upright and they're very comfortable. So that's just a car I could sit in for a long journey with no problem at all. Now, if I pull this lever up, then we have the rear seats. They're not the biggest rear seats in the world. You're not going to get grandma in the back for a trip across the continent. But you do have child seat anchor points there and proper seat belts. So short journeys or children would work very nicely indeed. And of course they're protected by the clamshell. So not only do they have proper rollover protection, but they're protected from the wind as well. That 3-spoke sports steering wheel is a lovely thing in terms of beautifully stitched. I'll try and get my camera to pick out the stitching. You have the mode switch. Now this car has a ghost immobilizer system fitted to it, which I hopefully have just activated. And I have. Now the car leaps into action. You can see the front bonnet is open. I've just opened that. There we go. But you can see here, you've got all the dials. It's on cold cycle at the moment. The revs will come down, but there's a couple of things I want to show you. The mileage there is 32,794 miles. And all the oil pressures and what have you are all absolutely spot on. So we've got volume control on this side, phone controls there, and then this, if I just roll this button up here, it gives you G-force meter, sports chrono, which is that. So on the road, that is actually a clock, and you can see it showing 10:29, but that's also a lap timer or a stopwatch. And you can see here, this tells you when you're driving how much power is going to the rear and the front. It delivers most of its power to the rear, and if the rear starts to lose traction, it transfers power to the front. And as I said when I started, with the combination of having the engine sat over the rear wheels and a bias to the rear and the four-wheel drive system, it gives you a huge amount of grip when pulling away. So if you are pulling away really hard, the grip, it just digs in and takes off. And if you're on snow or something really slippery, it's incredible. The best four-wheel drive system I've driven in the snow by far. I'll keep doing this again. Tire pressure monitor, and then your onboard computer functions, navigation, and what have you there. Okay. Another thing that we have with this car is a suspension lifter. So if I press that button, front end being raised. So if you're in an area where you have speed humps or you've got to drive with a fairly sharp incline, that's going to help you get over these obstacles without connecting the lower front spoiler, and then front end lowered again. Also, we have a hidden button down here, and that hidden button, if I press that button, we find that is the heated steering wheel. In the winter, as I say, this is a car for all seasons. It's not just a car for the summer. So this warms up really nice and quickly. I love the heated steering wheel, works a treat, and you can turn it back off again. This dial here, I don't know if you can hear the exhaust note change. So there are butterfly valves in the exhaust, and they help to exit the exhaust gases faster. It's a sports exhaust which is switchable. You can hear it there. So as well as exiting the exhaust gases faster, it gives a nice hollow note, which is quite rewarding. There's a button in the center here, and what that button does is it gives you 20 seconds of full power, full sensitivity on the accelerator pedal. So if you've got a few cars that you want to overtake, press the button, and you can hear the exhaust has opened up. You've now got this 20-second countdown before it returns back to where it was before. But it just gives you all the power, everything all at once for a period of 20 seconds just to get you through whatever obstacle you found. Cruise control, just tucked down here. So that's operated with the left hand. Indicators on the left, wash wipe on the right. Then you can see here you've got a positive and a negative sign there. So this paddle changes down and that paddle changes up through the gears. I haven't got my phone plugged in, but this actually is Apple CarPlay as well. And you can see here we've got the rear spoiler. We've got part of the sports chrono package is a switchable suspension which stiffens up the front end. So if you're driving spiritedly, then that'll stiffen it up and give you more feel through the steering, and you can turn the traction control system off. And the only time you do that really is if you're on a track and you want to play, or if you're on something that's really slippery. Snow and ice will confuse a lot of traction control systems. So that gives you the conventional four-wheel drive, and it will get you through really slippery circumstances. Heated seats with 3 different heat settings on both sides. Climate control, which is dual zone, adjustable for both sides. And then we have a wireless charging, a USB. That USB is where you plug your phone in to get your CarPlay, and then you have another USB port in the glove box. But just looking at the overall condition, I'm going to turn the engine off now because I don't want to gas myself. So just looking at the overall condition of the car, the steering wheel, no appreciable signs of wear. Same goes with the gear knob. All the whole center console system is really nice. The seats are in lovely condition. Just a super car. Fast, comfortable, brilliant in the winter, lovely in the summer. Just a fabulous car, and it looks amazing in this color combination. Of course, and there is the rear spoiler in the raised position that you can see. So not only does it give you downforce, but if you look here, that also forces air into the engine bay, which will help cooling as well. Because of course the engine is tucked between and slightly behind the rear wheels. So there we go. I hope you like the car. I hope you like the video and find the video useful. If you'd like to know more about the car, please visit our website, www.bramshawebv.com. Pop us an email, drop us a text or WhatsApp, or pick up the phone and speak to us. We'd love to talk to you about it. Thank you for watching.